most of the time arcobjects should take care of these things for us, but just in case, let's find out. Oh, sir, it worked. Oh my god, that is so cool. That is so cool. What's up, y'all? This is Hussein Nasser from IGeometry, bringing you the 14th episode of ArcGIS. No, it's ArcObjects by example. So, this episode, this series, we take a problem, this company, which is called Phonetic, and we started to build a solution for them. Right, this dying telecom company, we want to build a GIS solution for them to fix their deteriorating reception and signal, basically. So by providing different optimization for towers and so on. Okay, we explained that in the previous episodes. All right, what do we have today? Okay, I set a timer for 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes, we'll try to come up and solve one of the problems or the requirements that we have today. If we scroll down here, we authored these little problems that we encountered in the previous design, and then we tackle them episode by episode. Go if you just stumble upon this series on this episode, you can just go back and watch the whole series from the beginning and the motivation of that and all. Okay, this is what we want to do next: date and time registration. So when a device is registered to the network and the tower is detected, we want to stamp the date of registration right there. So let's just take it slow today and try to implement this functionality. All right. Escape. We're going to close this. Maybe just minimize. And let's open our project. Oh. Recent. Okay. I don't know how to open project, obviously. Project, Visual Studio. It's in the recent. Phonetic. Alright, there you go. Just quickly compile and go through things here. What do we have? What does the solution have? We're going to open the Phonetic project. Oh man, this is cool. Building this application from scratch. Adding new functionalities as we go. Integrating it with the web, hopefully. One episode, so we'll find out. I just booted up the machines. I should have warmed up the applications prior so they just open faster. Okay. So let's just talk through this now. This project is basically the Phonetic project, and this is my data, and that application, what it does is, this application, to be specific, is when you click on that and you can specify where is that device. So we're hard coding that device to D01, and then we're inserting basically a record in this and updating that point. So it's kind of updating that device. So we're just finding that device ID. If it exists, we update it. If it doesn't, we basically create a new one and then find the connected tower. So now we're connected to tower 01. If I clicked here, I'll be connected to T09, and that updates. The bars also update. So what we want to add here is the date and time. If you were watching the episode 12 and you directly watched episode 13, you will notice that I migrated this to the STE database to an enterprise geodatabase, to multi-user geodatabase. So I'm gonna reference here how did we do that work. It's an entire series. Go watch it. It's fun. It teaches you how to deal with multi-user geodatabases and how to install, fix them, create them, set up the environment. It's fun to watch. All right. So first things first, we need to add obviously a missing file, missing piece of information here, right? Metadata. It's the date and time. When was this registered? So let's try that. We're going to connect to the phonetic geodatabase. Let's just quickly remember, where did we put that? It's a Postgres instance. The connected user is John, and we will now go connect to that geodatabase and try to add a field to that. Phonetic. Let's go ahead and connect. We'll right-click, properties, fields, and then we'll try to type in here the field name. But obviously we can't. And the reason is because there is already a connection to this database, and we tend to lock schema or DDL operations when there is a lock. Alright, so how to do that? There are other ways. You can do it from our catalog, connecting directly to our catalog, and then do it there. So that's one way to do it. Alright, let's connect again. Right-click, properties, fields, and then now we can type in. How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna call it date time, and the type is date. Okay, there's no default value. Allow nulls? Sure. Okay, that's it. Just like that, we just added that field. Now, if we go back to our project and try to register the device into the network, like that, pew. Since we said allow nulls, you will see that all these fields should be null. Date time is null, right? That's because we didn't set any values. So that's our responsibility to set a value to that. So that might be actually the way to go here. So there you go. There's our function. Look how beautiful object-oriented is. I didn't touch this code in a year. And I come back and right there, right? Device manager. I create a new concept called device manager, and then I'm registering a device. I'm gonna change the add device to register device probably, and then we're hard coding this. This will change. We're gonna make this flexible to take in stream of phones with random IMEs and register it to the network. Go ahead and define. We're creating a new device feature, setting this, the device location, and then we call store. So we need one piece of information here. In the device class, there is a function called store, right? Or recalculate signal. No, recalculate signal is basically what it calculates, defines the tower, and will update all this information. We're interested in this puppy, store. So what I can do here is, one way to do it is the moment of calling to add the device will be the moment of registration. Okay, but if you want to make it more flexible, you can pass in that date value. For now, I'm not gonna pass it in. All right, feature dot set value. I think we can just do value of p device feature. We'll just take that code because we can use that since we already did that. And then that will be date time, right? Obviously, as you can see, it's not case sensitive. Postgres just prefers lowercase fields. If you notice that everything is lowercase fields and schemas, everything is lowercase. Alright, set value, and that will be datetime.now. So, I'm not familiar very much with storing dates in Postgres, but let's just hope this magically works. If not, we're gonna find a way how to correctly format the date to fit that basically the schema in this case. But let's just cross our fingers here. I know in Oracle it's a pain in the ass to set a date value. You have to call in set date and toDate, but most of the time arcobjects should take care of these things for us. But just in case, let's find out. Oh, sir, it worked. Oh my god, that is so cool. That is so cool. Right there, we have date and time and seconds. You can do so much cool things with this now. Now that we stamped our features, we can do so much cool things with this. All right. Now we can make this even more generic by passing in the date here. All right. So this is a device class, and we're just adding a property here. Let's call it date time. Date. Registration date, let's call it. The date, time in which the device phone was registered to the network. And then here, by default, I am going to use, by default, datetime equal datetime.now. Just in case someone forgot to mention to set it, you're going to use now. And here, I'll change this puppy, and instead of hard coding it to now, to pass in the actual time of registration. And finally, in the device manager, when we add a device, I will basically specify here device dot registration date is equal datetime.now. Okay. In the future, now we have the capability of sending. So now we just isolated that and we expose that property outside, so people can hear. We can pass in the registration date. Now, as I try to bubble this at property up or parameter up, we will notice that it will become harder and harder, and you have to change code. All right. So that's why I'm still kind of hard coding things, but I just bubbled it slightly up to out of the weed to make things much easier in the future. Then close that guy. Build again. I think we're gonna start to add issues in GitHub and then check them out one by one as we do them. How about that? How does that sound? Sounds good? How's the timer? 7 minutes left. That's good. I just downloaded this application that actually, because I tend to go on and on and on and explain, and it just the time runs out. So just timing yourself is actually good. You don't know how long it takes, especially me. I just go on and explaining things. All right, we didn't break anything. Things are just magically working. Beautiful. And I think I'm gonna stick with this today. Very small episode. We just did the date. Later, we're gonna continue doing the rest of these implementation. So, ladies and gentlemen, one box checked. Not Z. Jeez, that was almost cool. Almost. All right, next we're gonna do the ability to keep history of past devices. So you notice that as we set the device, we're overriding kind of the registration concept instead of keeping history of each record of registration. So each device, if it's connected to the network, it just overwrites its previous record. So we want to keep this record, and mind you that this record, this table will grow very large in the future. So we're gonna discuss it when the time permits. That's actually nice. Take one problem, solve it, and then just move on. How about that? Alright guys, that was episode 14, Phonetic GIS solution. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay awesome. Click the subscribe button here. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.